event by event.
All right, you know the world has been waiting to see what you'll do on this stage. What are your expectations of yourself?
The world, I'm not worried about the world anymore. I've seen the world be my friend. I've seen the world turn on me. But at the end of the day, I've always been with me. God has always been with me. So being on this scale now, it's my time. It's always been my time, but now it's my time to actually do it for myself.
Big salute to Sha'Carri, man. We all gonna have to experience that one time in life, man. You got to do things for yourself. If you're listening to this podcast, man, you got to put yourself first, man. You can love other people. You can contribute to other people's success, but you got to put yourself first, man. If you want to achieve the things that you want to do, ain't nothing wrong with being selfish at times. At times, you got to be selfish, man. I think I got a dope show for y'all, man. I got a real dope podcast for y'all today. I got a lot to talk about. Coming back from vacation, man, the first thing I did when I got out the plane was turn the cameras on and the microphone on. I ain't been out the plane 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I'm already, hold up. This is what I brought back, too, from that island, boy. Y'all see that, boy? Spice Navy rum, extra virgin. Y'all can't get that on the mainland, man. That's what I'm sipping on today, man, while I'm doing this episode. So if I get a little crazy, I apologize. But first of all, man, like, I want to talk about appreciation before I even intro the show. I've traveled a lot this year. I done been to a lot of places, but this is the first time in my life that I have been. No, it ain't. I've been to Hawaii before, but that's still U.S. territory. And the first time I've been off of the mainland of the United States, and I want to talk about appreciation, man. For real, like, we got to appreciate what we got, man. If you want more, you got to be thankful for what you have now to be able to obtain more, because it's people that's happy with way less. They happy. Happiness is a choice. You have to choose it. And a lot of people don't know that, man. You got it going on and don't even know it. You got it going on just by being over here. So you got to take advantage of your opportunities. You got to stop being a victim. My boy Scoop, he said that word to me, and it been embedded in my head the way he presented being a victim to me for a while now, for about a year and a half now. And I see a lot of people that's in position that is victims. I watched the Big Three. They in London having their championship game on CBS. And I remember Ice Cube being on his press run acting like a victim when he's not. He's at the top of the top, man, at the top of the totem pole. But to be honest with y'all, I'm thankful for everybody that's checking out the show, that's tuned into the show, that support the show, that has purchased the merch also. For real, man. But let's get on into it, man. Let me shut up for a moment.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
We're going to start the vibes off with some music today, man. For real, for real. Shout out to everybody that's subscribed to the channel, that's newly subscribed. Shout out to everybody that's been purchasing the merch. Appreciate you, Jack Boy, for purchasing the merch, man, and rocking the merch. We got that thing, them t-shirts, trademark too. We handling business over here, man. We doing our thing. Shout out to Troy, man, the two brothers. We're gonna do an episode soon. Shout out, man. Salute. Big salute. Let's go.
Oh, you ain't top off. Oh, you ain't Flintstones. Oh, you took a little roller off. Oh, you ain't big stones. Oh, you made 2 extra M's. Oh, you ain't ringtones. Oh, you ain't trained on that bitch. Oh, you ain't ding dong.
Hey, man, so much happened while I was on vacation and I ain't did a show in 2 weeks. And I want to say something about what hit my mind, like, while I was out. and I wasn't doing the show. I was like, man, people release podcast episodes and on the YouTube channel every day talking about anything that happened. I don't view that as integrity. Like, you got something to say about everything, man. Give it a break, man. Are you interested in everything that go on? You interested in everything that's happening? Like, I was realizing that this is an integrity, morality-based podcast. And if I ain't interested, I don't want to talk about it. For real. It might be less shows coming up because I can't talk about everything. I got things going on in my life that's important and it's valuable to me. But today, some of the topics that I'm going to talk about was, I think everybody don't know what a social construct is. This is going to be an educational topic because it's needed to be said. People need to know. And if you disagree with me, I accept disagreements, man. We here to learn, man. Leave your disagreement in the comment section. We're going to talk about female toxicity also, and why it's being embraced in the black culture and being celebrated. Female toxicity. We're going to talk about regrets, black billionaires. We're going to play some vibes on some records. I got to discuss the Republican debate. I got to discuss it, man. I was on vacation watching that thing, man. And I was on vacation watching Trump too, man. Trump is crazy. When I was watching him go to the courthouse in Atlanta, it reminded me of the OJ chase. He wasn't being chased or nothing, but it just had that feeling. It had that feeling to me, and it something was said in that Republican debate about Trump too that shot $7.8 trillion spent under his administration. God, the most ever. The most by, you could add 3 or 4 presidents together, their administration together, and they didn't spend 7.8 trillion. That's what was said. And we wonder why the financial situation is the way it is now. I was aware of the BRICS thing. The BRICS, what is that? The British, the Chinese, and the Russians, and all of that coming together to create a finance where they don't need the dollar no more from the United States. I was made aware of that, but fear news don't affect me. They telling us we need to get into stocks and not stocks, but into coins, Bitcoin and digital currency, because the dollar won't be valuable no more. That's true. We need to be in our financial structures, but at the end of the day, I don't like fear tactics, because I believe that our country will go to war before we be at the bottom of the barrel. And man, one thing we got to talk about also, the Mount Rushmore trap. Irv Gotti on Drink Champs, he said some things that was crazy. But first of all, I'm gonna start it off with the social contract. So I can't even talk. That wrong got me tripping already. Social construct conversation.
Look at this. Look at this. Is this white?
We're talking about.
Is this white?
We're talking about skin color.
I don't care. Is this white?
We're talking about skin color.
I don't care. Tell me your question.
Your skin
Is it
color
white?
is white.
No, it's not. This is
Not
white.
that white. That's an object. We're talking about
Is
skin color.
This is the same color.
You're white.
This is the option.
So what you think you
one.
are? You think what color are you?
I'm peach.
The little baby said, I'm peach. But I know y'all probably seen that on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram or something, but that caught my attention because she knows as a child she's not white. She knows that as a child. Why do grown-ups not know that they're not white? Why do grown-ups not know that we're not black? Why? It's only in America that we define each other by color and not by who we really are. because I don't think we know who we really are. All of us are mixed up, just a whole bunch of different people from different places. But I got to define a social construct before I get into what I think and what are some social constructs and my perception about social constructs. Because I took notes because I wanted some people to realize some things, because social constructs might be bothering your perception in life and you not doing what you're supposed to do, or you might not be doing as well as you capable of because you believe things that are not reality. A social construct is a concept that exists not in objective reality, but as a result of human interaction. It is a concept that exists not in objective reality, but as a result of human interaction. It exists because humans agree that it exists. They agree that it exists. Whew. No, I ain't did a podcast in a while. My words coming out a little funny. Got to get back to it. So some social constructs is race, economic status, morality, beauty, and how genders should behave. How genders should behave, that's interesting. But beauty, let's start that off. It's a statement that say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Somebody, I hear a lot of people say this too, and I be putting them in their place, and they may not like it, but I don't care what you like, dog. It's the truth. They ugly. They ugly. Who are you to say that somebody else is ugly? That's a social construct. People think that you supposed to look a certain way for them to accept you as beautiful. Everybody's beautiful to me. Because I know that beauty, what you perceive as beauty is not beauty to me. It's not beauty to them. What I perceive is beautiful may not be beautiful to somebody else. So how can we call it ugly though? Because everybody has their own objectivity about what beauty is. Guess what somebody's saying right now? So Trevor, I don't care. She ugly. He ugly. In our reality, internally, you ugly. No cap. So, race. What does color mean? Color means nothing. Color does not define a person. No one is the color that society says they are, but we give it value because we accept it. I am not black and I will not follow the status quo. Do I look black? I'm a man that's only been in America my whole life, except last week. And I'm multicultural. To be real, I'm a whole bunch of different human beings, like different people. I might have a little African in me. I might have European in me. I might have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I am not what you perceive me to be. I don't want people to be confused. That's the only reason I'm talking about social constructs. Because what you believe to be reality may not be reality if you don't remain objective to what the truth is. Okay, economic status. What does finances mean, really? Paper, numbers. What does it mean, really? Does it really give you power when a poor man can take your life and all of that that status that you have is gone? Remember, I told y'all about a book I was reading called The Status Game a couple of episodes ago. And status is a game that you have to play if you're going to be on Earth. But is it a reality? Is economic status a reality? Are you more than because you have money? And are you less than if you don't? If we let money define us, who are we really? Social construct. It gives you a different status because you have this. It gives you a different status if you don't have this. And it alters what you're willing to do if you don't have it. If I'm broke right now and I got to work 12 jobs, 16 hours a day on both of them. That's 32 hours. It's only 24 hours a day. I'm rich. I don't have to do this. I look down upon you. I don't have to contribute to what y'all got going on no more. I'm just going to do me and stay me. Economic status is a social construct. Now, I talk about capitalism a lot, but this topic, this is for the social construct conversation. This is my fourth one. It's morality. Morals, for short. Morals. What you think is morally correct may be blasphemous to another person. Capitalism. I'm going to end it off with that too, the social construct conversation, because morality. I want to talk about some things that Dr. Umar had to say recently about black billionaires and morality with finances. Now, I done achieved my dreams. I done made millions and billions of dollars. I'm just speaking for somebody else. I done made millions and billions of dollars. Do I have to be morally obedient with my money and help out others and try to contribute to others' well-being? Should I contribute to my race and employ people of my race? Does that make me morally correct if I employ people from my race? Or does that make me, if I hire all white people and I'm black, I give them opportunity. All 5,000 of my employees make $100,000 a year. And they're all white, but I'm a black man owning it. Am I wrong for hiring the people that's capable of doing the job, no matter what race they are? Or should I give my race a chance and elevate the status of the people that look like me so we can have more? Am I morally correct for doing that, or am I stupid? But morals in the social construct topic is what do you think about morals? Is it real, or is it a belief? Because everybody morals are different. You might think it's blasphemy to take 2 showers a day. I can't do it. I can't not take 2 showers a day. If you take 1 shower in the morning, you go throughout the day, and then you lay down dirty in your bed, you nasty to me. That's just my opinion. You filthy, dog. I can't lay down in my clean sheets dirty. I take a shower in the morning. I go to sleep. No, I take a shower in the morning. I go throughout my day. I take a shower before I lay down. I go to sleep on clean sheets with a clean body. Some people will think that that's not right. I'm only going to take 1 shower in the morning, and then when I go to sleep, wake up, I'm going to take another shower. Well, you're going to have to wash your sheets to me because you dirty, sleeping on dirty sheets. I couldn't live with you. That's morally incorrect. You're filthy. But that's blasphemy to another person. That's why I say morals is a social construct. But let's get into this topic with Dr. Umar, though.
I've seen how enslaved they are by the money that they have. I've seen it. Black celebrities are not allowed to use their money to help their own people.
Black people, yeah.
All they can do is have fun. This is why these Negroes got 50 houses, 50 cars, 50 boats, 1,000, every pair of Air Jordan sneaker that ever was made. Why do you need every pair of Air Jordan sneaker that ever was made? Because you're not allowed to use your money to do nothing relevant for your community. Study white billionaires and compare them to black billionaires. You can't name me a single white billionaire, Chinese billionaire, Arab billionaire who doesn't employ at least 5 to 10,000 of his own race. Now show me a black billionaire who employs 5 to 10,000 of his own race. Black billionaires, they only are concerned about themselves and their family, and they simply want all the other black people to worship their wealth. So they'll come in a ghetto with a big truck and a car, right? So they can be worshiped by blacks, but they don't want to empower blacks. Black millionaires and billionaires do not systemically empower other black people. Look at Oprah. No disrespect. The richest woman in the history of North America, black or white, Oprah Winfrey. Regardless of race, I don't think she employs 5,000 of her own people. Black money and white money do not behave the same.
I'm looking up some comments because I put that in the group page on Facebook. I put that snippet that I just played for y'all in the group page on Facebook. But I'm going to tell y'all what I think about it after I read a couple of the comments. And y'all know when I read comments from the Facebook group, all the people remain anonymous because I'm not telling on my folk, dog. I'm not doing that. He right. Me and my son was just talking about billionaire gatekeepers. None of them have fixed Flint, Michigan, Jackson, Mississippi. They could have pulled their money and started a charity or thrown a concert at least to get those black folks long-term solutions. They won't or can't use their money as a weapon against the establishment. Those are just examples. Oprah, Tyler Perry, 50 Cent. Some of these people ain't billionaires though, dog. Diddy, Jay, Nas, etc. could have been doing economic bailout support of black neighborhoods to help black culture on an economic level. They have chosen not to. That's true. That is true. When I think about the finances and why can't they though? Or does it even bother them that people that look like them is in bad financial situations? Or some of them might not have came from situations where where they had financial struggles and had to go to the hood and see what it really was like. Someone might not have had to deal with that. But to me, I'm going to give my opinion after I read this next comment. But why is it their responsibility? Question mark. Once you start down that rabbit hole of needs being met, when would it stop? But I truly understand where he's coming from. But Umar has connections to bring about change as well. And his reach or involvement may actually be more impactful. I know of a few organizations that has served in Mississippi as well, but they are not large organizations. How do we know they haven't already done something in those areas? I think he was responding to the comment above and may not have heard the video. Okay. Okay. I ain't gonna read no more comments. Okay. That was cool though. See me, I feel like personally, it's a lot of rich black folks in sports, entertainment, politics, just in a whole lot of different things. And everybody is capable. I'm not saying that everybody isn't capable, but it's people working jobs. And it could be a string of money. A lot of people come together to create something, to employ people. Employ and help is two totally different things. Give people an opportunity to go get educated. Like, it's certain companies that will pay you to go to school. So they can be qualified to do the job. Pay your people to go learn what you're trying to employ them for and hire them. So it'll be less people out here doing dumb stuff, because we see it all day. It'll be the gangs are helping more than the billionaires. Most people grow up without a father in the household. The gangs make you feel appreciated. They make you feel as if you're one with them. You're a part of them. Come on. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to smoke with you. I'm going to buy you some shoes. We're going to ride together. You don't need no ride no more. The gangs make people feel more appreciated than Oprah. That's why they have an influence on the youth more than the billionaires. I deserve some hand claps for that. The billionaires, if you made people feel wanted, appreciated, then at the end of the day, the people will want to be employed by you. They'll gravitate to you. You will see all race not into the dumb stuff that as much as we do now. I told you I was going to talk about female toxicity and people embracing it and people celebrating it. Like, we see the girl Sexy Red out, man. She's a gang member also. I bet the gang made her feel wanted more than the billionaires did. She talking about a lot of sexual stuff. And we see Glorilla. She was in that lane before Sexy Red, but I think she's losing her steam, to be honest with y'all. And she was talking about toxicity, and we're going to define toxicity and what it means for a person to be toxic. And when I'd say, like, it's the black billionaires, I'm going to go back to that before I totally go into the toxicity thing. It comes to a point to where you see so much foolishness. I think some of these people have started to lose hope in their people. When you see folks killing each other all the time, folks beating up women and slamming women to the ground, and so much violence and ignorance, and the ignorance be celebrated. We did a show on that, celebrating ignorance. That you start to lose hope in the growth of your race. And I think that has I'm caping for the black billionaires right now. I think that is why some of the billionaires don't invest into their people like that. That's my opinion about that. But toxicity. Let's get into it.
And I just want to let y'all know, be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn it up a notch. Enjoy the rest of your 20s. You only get to do this one time.
Turn up your delusion a notch. Be more delusional. She's telling people to be more stupid, more ignorant, slash ties, be crazy, be ratchet, be stupid. People that we celebrate and make them millionaires is telling y'all to do more dumb shit. Y'all gonna go listen to a song as y'all listen to this podcast. Do more. You young. Go bald headed. Cut your hair off. Smoke crack. You only got one life to be 20. Suck 100 weenies. let that nigga skeet in a Happy Meal and you eat it. Because that's what she said on Angela Yee's show. Said she want her man to release his thing into the French fries and then she eat it. That's what she said. Be more toxic. Let's define what being toxic is by the definition on WebMD. A toxic person is anyone whose behavior adds negativity and upset to your life. Many times people who are toxic are dealing with their own stresses and traumas. To do this, they act in ways that don't present them in the best light and usually upsets others along the way. So they're dealing with their own stresses and traumas. At the end of the day, man, I can't be hateful. I can't be mean to people for no reason. I ain't dealing with that type of trauma. And if you are, I have dealt with trauma before, but I have dealt with stress before. I have dealt with being broke a lot. I've dealt with a lot of things, man. But when I'm dealing with something, most of the time, at first, I used to go hide and try to figure it out. Now I meditate and try to listen. Or I get in silence and try to listen and think about what the problem is and how can I fix it. But she's saying do more dumb shit. Heighten it. Take it to another level. Take the dumb shit to another level. That's just crazy to me, though. That's crazy to me. But staying in the hip hop realm before, no. Let me play my song of the week. Then we're gonna switch the topic up, man. Let's go.
If you make you mine, oh. If you're loving every night, you make you mad, oh. Now only you give me love and make me nice, oh, nice, oh, nice, oh. I feel make you mine, oh.
Girl, I love you, plus I never make you minus. If I let you smoke it, you gon' lose my lighter. If you paranoid, then I'ma spend the night.
You got me that loving every day. Diamond dancing you with my money, I go pay. For your love, I go pay, It ain't making my DJ, I feel this for you every day. When you call for the back on replay. For your love I go pay, For your love I go play, Make a psycho, make a traffic psycho. Baby, if you nice, you go drive me psycho. Every dirty done, they make me mad, oh. Make you sing to the mic. Be my queen, girl, you are that.
Man, I'm too busy drinking on that rum, y'all. Golly, that spice rum tasting up something. Trying to tell ya. I'm gonna play some audio though. Why my volume sound low? Let me turn the mic up. How I sound, y'all? How I sound, man? So I'm gonna play some audio for y'all right quick. Me and Troy started off on the Two Brothers talking about contracts and just business, period. I don't want to just limit it to hip hop. Just business, period. But this is about hip hop. A lot of people want to be artists. A lot of people want to be engineers, producers, CEOs, A&Rs. It's a lot of different places you can work at in the music industry. A lot of different hats you can wear. If you're a CEO, you're supposed to make money also because you're investing in someone's career. You're supposed to make money. So artists always disgruntled with the agreement that they signed. Always disgruntled. But they agreed to that. Me, I've had chances to get record deals. Y'all know I make music. And I got after I play this and I talk about this topic, I'm gonna announce something too that I'm very proud about. But I've had opportunities to sign deals. I remember one time somebody offered me $700,000 for 5 albums. And I thought about that. That's all I'm getting. Because they're going to own my stuff, what I create. And I don't think that my stuff is, you can put a price on it. I think I would rather do partnerships. You can't put a price on it. And if my music don't get heard by the masses, who cares? I value it. At the end of the day, you don't have to value. I value it. So, $750,000 for 5 albums. Nah, dog. I can't let you make millions off of me. You putting me out there, you promoting me, and I get $750,000. I can't even buy I can buy a nice house with that, but I can't even buy what I'm gonna get after the house. Like $750,000 is peanuts nowadays. It wasn't back then though, but it is now. And I was listening to Ebro from Apple Music. He does a lot of talking on Apple Music, and as of recently, he said that record label execs are not looking to sign hip hop acts no more at all. And I was thinking about that. I was like, damn. But it's not a bad thing, because to me, if they're not signing hip hop acts, the real acts are gonna exist more because they're gonna invest in themselves to create the quality music. They ain't gonna be invested in a lot of this bull crap. And the reason why I think they're not, I know his reason behind it. Y'all go check out Ebro on Apple. If y'all got Apple Music or Apple Playlists or whatever, y'all can check out Ebro's conversation about that, or Google it. And my perception of why they're not signing hip hop acts, or don't want to sign hip hop acts no more, because it's not profitable. It's not profitable to sign a hip hop act no more. Hip hop is dying right before our eyes. The only way it will stay relevant is through creators creating on their own, investing in themselves. We don't even support each other no more. You have artists like Coil Ray dropped a quality project and it only sold under 10,000 copies. Nas dropped independently. His first week did 20, 30,000. Record labels don't want to invest in that. That's not no money for me to invest in. I remember when Wayne was dropping, when did Carter 3 come out? Well, whenever Carter 3 came out, Wayne dropped million first week. Now the biggest artists winning Grammys is dropping, and they selling 20,000 records. Why would I want to invest in that? But you have people that know how to alter the budget. You know, black folks and people that's embedded in hip hop will invest in it. Like artists, Jay-Z, Yo Gotti, QCP, Rick Ross, just Nas with Mass Appeal. They'll invest in hip hop to keep it alive. You see, I'm gonna tell y'all something that I noticed about the 50-year hip hop celebration. If y'all didn't notice, Nas threw that big Nas and Mass Appeal threw that big 50-year hip hop celebration in Yankee Stadium. Nas and his label. Where was the labels that made millions and billions off of hip hop at? Why they didn't contribute to throwing some sort of big 50-year hip hop shindig? They ain't celebrating. They made their money off of it. And they ain't even celebrating it no more. So I see what Ebro's saying. They're not going to invest in it no more. They don't care about it. Why Def Jam ain't threw a big 50-year hip hop celebration? Jermaine Dupri was complaining about, him and Uncle Luke was complaining about it wasn't that many South people celebrating it. Well, it was Nas. What he supposed to do? Get the whole bunch of y'all together, man. But I done went far off the topic. The topic was CEOs making money. And I got to play the audio right quick. Hold up. I got too much going on. I apologize, y'all.
I think business is business, right? The whole say this like, what's 100% of zero? So to me, you ain't thinking logical when you think you get everything and nobody get nothing from you. That's not common sense, right, bro. So if we meet a brand new artist, we walk out this building today. What's your value today? How much you getting for a show today? How many records you selling today? How much merch you selling today? Nothing. You grossing $500 a year, dollars. So now let's say us three put the money, put the work in. Now you making $500 million a year or $5 million, whatever. Yeah. We don't supposed to get none of that because it's a term. They say 360 and it don't sound cool, and you seem like you more bossed up because you ain't in one. It's bullshit. That ain't business. Because you basically telling me you want me to put up my money, you want me to put up my time, you want me to take my risk, but you don't want me to get nothing. Because it ain't guaranteed that you're going to win.
I like that. It make you seem that you're more bossed up because you're not in a 360 deal. Make you seem. I invest in you, help you elevate. I don't supposed to get none. It's like people are delusional when it comes to creativity and when it comes to finances and financial gain through creativity. I want to see people win, dog. I want to see people successful. Get some money. But I'm not going to invest my time and I ain't getting nothing back from it. I'm losing all the way around the board. Help me help you and let's win together. That is part of the social construct conversation, the black billionaire conversation, because if I got the money or if I don't got the money, I want the person with the money to win so they can keep giving me mine. Gotta think about that. That's why I value some Republican values. I don't feel like the rich should be overly taxed. That's just my perception though. I ain't telling y'all to agree with it. That's my perception. I don't feel like the rich should be taxed because the rich employ the people that's trying to come up. So if you the CEO, I want you to make yours. Like Yo Gotti, you see what he's saying? I gotta make mine too. All his artists, he just bought Glorilla. We talked about her and then he invested into the Toxicity. He invested in it. But he just bought her a Wraith or a Cullinan or whatever that SUV was. He purchased her. He gave Moneybagg Yo $1.5 million for his birthday. Help me help you. Let's get some money together, man. I understand that. But the reason I played that before, what I want to play is because I want to keep this conversation about the CEOs and investing and masters and hip hop all going.
You know, when people talk about the masses, just to touch on this for 1 second.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, you should give your artists, their masters. No, because that's how I make my money. Like Ashanti, millions of dollars they make every year, yeah. I don't get a dime of that.
Tomorrow, show money?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get one fucking penny of that.
All right.
So the only thing that I have that I could sell to get me a check is those masters. And you want to take that from me?
But do they get pieced off after you sell them? Or
I pieced Ja off. Ja got a 7-figure check. When I sold, Ja got a 7-figure check. And, you know, but that's
it. Man, I agree with what he said. I solely agree. But damn, man, he basically still bitter with Ashanti because of their relationship. Ja got a 7-figure check. So if y'all haven't researched, Irv Gotti sold the masters for $300 million. That's what he's promoting. That's what he's saying he did with the music from Murder Inc. $300 million, boy. Is that worth $300 million? Murder Inc. catalog? But he has a point. As a CEO, a person that's not an artist, a person that doesn't rap, a person that produced every track for for Ashanti and Ja Rule, they can go perform the records that he created and get a bag because they're the face of the song. He can't make nothing. If we're a team, I invested in you, and he invested more than money. He invested production. He invested time. He invested creativity into their careers and their music catalog, and he owns the masters. As the CEO, should he be able to sell the masters peacefully? If you can't purchase the masters from him, should he be able to sell the masters peacefully and get his bag without y'all criticizing it? Yes, that's my view of it. I'm gonna play another song of the week, man, and we're gonna go on to this Republican debate, and I'm gonna get up at this thing, man. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Thank y'all for supporting the boy, man. I highly appreciate it. Let's go.
Here we are. The world is ours. This shit right here make me feel a certain kind of way.
Maybach music.
This shit feel good right here. This shit feel like some Carrot City shit right here. My nigga Peanut, rest in peace, he would've felt this right here. I'm on my convertible bird shit. I'm feeling myself, hope you feeling me too. God forgives and I don't, unforgettable dude. I'm ballin' my nigga, and that's word to your mama. I want you to ride, definition of honor. Honor that brother, but murder these hoes. Always pay your taxes, never pay these hoes. Always making moves, I didn't make the rules. I'm just making ends meet with this plate of food. Went from SpaghettiOs to a new set of Vogues. Back to square one, we still was selling those. My Tribe Called Quest, shit was nice, dog. Gucci was Q-Tip, I was Fife, dog. On the war tours with all the wrong whores. Had the right ideas in all the wrong stores. Timing is everything, rhyming is everything. Geechee Liberace put diamonds in everything.
You heard? So your boy was on the island, chilling, eating good. Man, I had some vegan Alfredo pasta that was crack. It was good. The Republican debate came on. I thought I was at home. I forgot that I was totally on the island. I'm interested in this stuff now, man. I'm highly interested in it. And the people that participated in it, I'm going to name them. Ron DeSantis, Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, Doug Burgum, Mike Pence, Asia Hutchinson, Donald Trump, who did not participate, Francis, whoever that was, didn't make it, Larry Elder, Perry Johnson, Will Hurd, but we know the people that was there. So I'm going to play some audio of some of the standout things that was said in this debate, and we're going to talk about it. But I'm going to give y'all my top 3 people before I even get into it. The people who seemed more presidential to me that spoke. Trump wasn't there. To me, Mike Pence sound more presidential than any of them. His experience, his knowledge of the country, the things that he done and has done, he seemed more presidential to me. Ron DeSantis, I don't even like to say it because of the things that's going on in Florida with the education that me and Judge Joe Brown talked about on the episode. It just sounds like he's more presidential. He sounds more strong and more stern in his beliefs and things that he's doing. And then Vivek, I like how smart Vivek is. I like it. He was 3 for me. A close tie with Chris Christie. Because him and Chris Christie had like a going back and forth, and I liked it.
Country is in decline. This decline is not inevitable. It's a choice. We need to send Joe Biden back to his basement and reverse American decline.
You all signed a pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee.
I'm going to play it again, but I got to say something. We can't solely blame Joe Biden on America's decline.
Country is in decline. This decline is not inevitable. It's a choice. We need to send Joe Biden back to his basement and reverse American decline.
You all signed a pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee. If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law, would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would.
All of them raised their hand, and some of them raised their hands slowly, and I was aware of that.
Joe Biden has weakened this country at home and abroad. Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people without experience. We need to bring.
Do you believe in human behavior is causing climate change? Raise your hand if you do.
Look, we're not school children. Let's have the debate. I mean, I'm happy to take it to start. Alexander, as somebody that's handled disasters in Florida, you got to be activated. You've got to be there. You've got to be present.
I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT standing up here.
This is exactly why Margaret Thatcher said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
Can't we have a minimum standard in every state in the nation that says when a baby is capable of feeling pain, an abortion cannot be allowed?
Don't make women feel like they have to decide on this issue when you know we don't have 60 Senate votes in the House.
70% of the American people support legislation
but
to ban abortion
of the
after
Senate
a baby is capable
not.
of experiencing pain.
70% of the Senate don't want abortions, but 70% of the people want abortions. That's tight. And then why do women, like majority of women I know are pro-choice? Like they feel like they should be able to have that option. In this country, we lack discipline. We're not disciplined. My opinion, we're just not disciplined. Can you say that this is a Christian country and you're a Christian, but you want to be able to, because you made a mistake sexually, be able to kill a baby? And I didn't know that you could abort babies up to 9 months in the pregnancy. Yeah, that's serious, man. That is dead serious. I didn't even know that till I watched that debate. And I like when Chris Christie came at Vivek and he said, you sound like ChatGPT. To me, Vivek speaks well. He reminds me of Obama, but we don't need no more Obamas, man. We don't need people that speak well and educated and all of that stuff, but ain't nothing getting done. And I learned through that debate that Trump spent $7.8 trillion. That tore me up, man. It tore me up. That debate was a good debate. There was a lot more things too. That guy from South Carolina, I don't forgot his name that quick. The black guy from South Carolina. He's not presidential. the things that he was speaking about and the way he spoke, it wasn't presidential to me. And I support black.
I wish you well in your future career on the boards of Lockheed and Raytheon.
Yeah, I'm not on
but
the
fact
boards
of the matter,
and Raytheon. And
Boeing came off of it, but you've been pushing this lie. You've been pushing this lie all week, Nikki.
You want to go and defund Israel? You want to
okay, let me address that. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm going
to address each of those right now. This is the false lies of a professional politician. There you have it.
Your watch,
so the reality
make America less safe. You have no foreign policy experience, and it shows.
And you know what? The foreign policy experience that
the most pressing need of the American people from a national security standpoint is our southern border. It has led to the death of 70,000 Americans because of fentanyl.
When after 9/11, we had the global war on terror, and guess what? We protected the border at the same time. You can do both.
But the American people deserve to know that the president asked me in his request that I reject or return votes unilaterally, power that no vice president in American history had ever exercised or taken. He asked me to put him over the Constitution. And I chose the Constitution, and I always will.
Sometimes those things that's in the Constitution, though, even though at that point he did what was right, but sometimes those things the decision may need to be to go against it for the betterment of the people for now, because that Constitution was written and done then. So the changes, life is different now. And going into this, I favored the Vivek guy because I've been hearing him speak. I like the way he speak, but he's over his head right now, man. He's a businessman. He need to stay with business. He's not presidential. Even though I agree with some of the things that he says, and I don't agree with some of the things he say. He said one thing like, "We don't need to fund Ukraine in that war over there in Russia." And they went against him saying that Russia is trying to take back control of certain places because they want it to be like the USSR was previously, so they can obtain power over that whole nation, that whole area or whatever. And I agree with that. I agree with some of the things he said about the border. I like some of the things that Vivek had to say, but if I had to vote for anybody on that panel today, that if I had to, I would have voted for Mike Pence after that conversation right there. I would have voted for Mike Pence. Me. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, though, man. We coming back. Trevor Jackson Podcast is chess. It's not checkers, dog. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm out. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.